Resident Alien Season 1 Episode 6 review. So we get his replacement. And yeah. He loves him some him.
My stomach's a little jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That ending though.
Yes.
It's like, okay, how is he, how is this one gonna play out? Is he going, okay, they're obviously, if they take him into custody to figure out what he knows, they're gonna look in the back of his truck and see the thing, and that's gonna start to ask questions. Or are they going to think he's a lost human because he looks human and they're looking for an alien? So we think, whoa, you can't be here.
No, if anything, they that chick, she just shoot him at that point.
Yeah, we don't know what,
because that chick just killed.
Yeah.
I like her. Psycho bitch, I like her.
The general?
No, not the general.
Oh,
the general's right hand person.
Okay.
The chick who's pretending to be
his wife.
His wife, yeah.
But the general is also an interesting character.
Yeah, she, one would assume, is the girl with the picture whose dad at the lighthouse, whose dad was the guy from Stranger Things.
Makes sense.
I mean, played by the guy who was the sheriff in Stranger Things. He also was Black Widow's dad.
The shock.
With a really cheesy Russian accent.
Yeah, that was an interesting little cliffhanger.
I love that line. I beat my wife. What?
At arm wrestling, phrasing.
Because he is so good at being just the right amount of alien to pass as a human, but still
be really weird
obviously
and awkward.
An alien, you know?
Yeah. He's just awkward enough. If he were any more, like, people would, if it was any more obvious, like, people might start taking notice, but as it is, they just no, this guy's just weird. He's very weird, but he's consistently weird.
But yeah, he's weird. He's just weird.
Yeah, but it's also plays in the fact that he's a doctor, that they're like, okay, yeah, but smart people are often odd.
Yeah.
And it's not that, he's a little socially clumsy, but he's, it's, yeah.
And I mean, like, narcissist there with the freaking, no, why aren't you cheering for me? I like you cheering for me. Come on.
Yeah, and dislocated the other doctor's arm, shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
Ow.
Yeah.
But I mean, he won.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a sore loser.
Can't fault
I
him
mean,
on
sore
that.
winner.
Yeah. And yeah, he found the last bit of his
Ship.
ship that he needed. Like he was.
Couldn't find his ship.
Yeah. But yeah, and so
It's the sequel to Dude, It's the sequel to Dude, Where's My Car? Dude, Where's My Ship?
yeah. Which yeah, it's kind of interesting that I guess it's the end of the season and they're 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 looking around and they may they may have been looking in other places. There's a lot of areas to look at, and they just were flying around and noticed him for the first time. Like, you can't be here.
Or they happened to come across while he's there.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, just they kept passing each other. He kept going out there. Though I imagine they might think if they could see the footprints from the helicopter, it might have looked weird. It's like, wait, why are there so many weird footprints? Why they're making a weird grid pattern? What? um, and his whole then once I get my device, I'll show them. Then they'll remember me, but then they'll all be dead. Huh. I'll have to work on that later.
didn't exactly plan that out, did we now?
But yeah, it's
Although they did put in a teeny tiny grain for future episode that I don't want to spoil, but thinking back on it, it's just like, bro, nice seating, nice plot seating,
yeah. Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing. I like plot seating. Shut up.
um, but what was it? Rooney. Something. Oh, it's nice to see the deputy get sort of some acknowledgement from the sheriff. It's
I
like,
know.
that was you.
I know.
She's
It's
one
like,
of those characters
dude,
that you
what?
root for because she's so earnest
Okay,
and deals with the
I
sheriff.
I feel that is such a mood. I am one of those people like her where it's just like I worked so hard just for a little bit of praise. I just like being told I'm doing good.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and she's clearly
I'm
shown that she's more competent at gathering information and deducing things than the sheriff is, just because he spent 5 minutes yelling at this kid, confusing the crap out of him. And she was out there talking to people and being nice and asking, not going
Exactly.
being sort of that it's that sort of Midwestern charm. I mean, Colorado's kind of getting into the mountains, but you're kind of coming out of that Midwest, so you're getting that sort of Midwestern charm, and so she's just sort of using that, and like, oh dearie, what's what's going on with that? And she talks to some people, gathers some information, and then it's like, oh yeah, well he was getting absolutely nothing. She's like, oh yeah, it's this, and this, and I'm wondering also with this storyline, with the drug storyline, like, are they is this going to be a like was this whole with Jay, I think is what her name was, her daughter, was that just like a big red
Yeah.
herring? And now we're getting the, oh wait, no, we're setting you up for this, and then he was also friends with the doctor and played gin with him sometimes. and maybe he did that. Now he doesn't have access to the school, so that doesn't really work. But like, you know, does he have somebody he? But does he use one of the stoner kids as his person, his mule into the school? It's like, oh yeah, you do this, and you get this, and
There's
that's that. There's
spoiler, sweetie.
yeah, I know. I'm just thinking out loud here. It's like
I know.
we've been led on this trail where we had no idea that we had no information that he was ever friends with the doctor, so we don't know. Which also could play into the fact that these things are connected, and he was the one who killed the doctor because the doctor figured out what he was doing and was going to, and had started to, you know, and started to go, wait a second, I didn't prescribe that. And then he had to kill him to keep him from saying anything. Then he tried to do the trach, though how he doesn't seem like the type, because the problem is you got this botulinum toxin, like, who's going to think of that? Like, that's another thing you have to take into account. Like, who actually both wanted the doctor dead. Now, there's also his wife seems like more of the suspect, I would think, because she would have access to his, if he was taking insulin, she would have very easy access to probably his insulin and could tamper with it and not and it wouldn't be too difficult for her. Who knows? Maybe she was even in league with the other guy, the ex, Jay's father, and was uh, she was in league with him, and he figured out that he found out, and then they decided to get rid of him. Um, but yeah, there's this wild speculation at this point, but it's an interesting little extra plot. Um, but
It's good.
yeah, it's
I
what.
love how I love how Dex is like, oh, blah 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 blah, this, and Majorex is like, it was good.
Well, also he's probably having to think, okay, what can I say and what can't I say? Because I'm going at this blind, so I can say whatever the
Well,
hell I want because I have no
and
idea what's coming.
also, I'm kind of using like recall memory from this episode.
Yeah.
You forgot to watch it.
Well, I woke up late. It's like, shit, I need to watch that Doctor Who episode first.
Mm.
Plus the Star Trek one. So I watched that. Then I go to work, and I was like, okay, I can pretty much recall this episode when they like say like key things and stuff.
Mm.
Hold
The
on.
only problem I have with that, which is why I have to rewatch it with you guys, is because these are such dense
Oh, yeah.
episodes that I tend to forget what happened which time,
Yeah.
And
Like,
there's so many storylines that are sort of floating, and they kind of now we're gonna weave into this one. Oh, we're gonna weave into that one, and no, this
and
one's
it's
now
really
resolved.
rich, and it's really rich storytelling too. Like,
And
it's really well done,
yeah, and also
but
to
it's
avoid
also just
spoilers as well. It's like, oh wait, no, that wasn't this
exactly
episode.
because you can't remember exactly. You're like, wait, was that episode or that episode? It's really hard to tell when you have so many like plates spinning at once, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping all those things tracked. It'd be interesting to
Which is
see.
why I watched. which is why I watched the episode right before. Like, I watched it last night because I'm like, I will not remember which happens when, and I'm totally gonna spoil something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to start watching the episodes because I think I'm catching up.
Yeah, you almost are. I think you only watched like 2 more episodes from this. So, because this was episode 6, I
Yes.
think you were on episode like 7 or 8.
Yeah. God damn, it's getting close.
Because I know where you were left off, and pretty sure that's in the next episode or this episode. Like I said, it's hard to tell what happens when because everything is so packed.
Yeah. What else was there? I think that basically it covers.
The difference between Tinder and Grinder is apparently very distinct.
Let's see. What else?
I have used neither, nor will I ever.
What else is there? There's. I think actually I think we covered most of it. Don't.
Oh, except for him drugging his wife.
Yeah, that was.
I'm not who hasn't, you know.
But the fact that he's gonna disappear and go to. I'm gonna guess he's gonna disappear for a little bit while he's dealing with the general. Something. I have no idea, but this something's going to happen here. Either it's going to be a near miss, and they realize only later that, oh wait, that was the guy, or they capture him, but he escapes somehow.
Yeah.
He mimics somebody else and then escapes that way.
I am a human man.
Or he gets his ship back, but like crashes it again or something, or hides it somewhere and goes back to the patients or something to keep looking for his lost device.
Oh yeah, and the whole I'm gonna show them I'm better than him by killing everybody, and then he'll see, but then they'll all be dead. So,
Yeah, I just like the way you
yeah,
ended that. I'll work on that later.
yeah, I'll have to figure that one out.
But yeah, I think that basically covers most of it.
Yep.
Okay, on to the next one.